you guys, so now I have cleaned off my counter. You see this doubled, almost tripled in size. So I'm going to pour the dough out just like so. And then I'm actually gonna get a knife and I'm gonna cut it. Hold on, let me get a knife. I don't have like a dough cutter, so I just use a knife. And you kind of want to try to make it even, because these are the distributions for your bagel. So I'm doing like so. Then I'm going to cut it in half again. So these are going to be some nice full-size bagels, right? So let's see. You're going to fold it into each other, basically. Going to make it into a ball. After you make it into a ball, you're going to poke a hole in the middle. Going to do like this. And now we have a bagel. And I have some boiling water on the stove that I'm actually going to toss these bagels into. I'll show you that in just a moment. But first, let me finish forming all these bagels. So, make it around. It's not have to be like a perfect situation. The reason you want to try to keep them like consistent in size is because like you want them to cook evenly when you put them in the oven. And also you want to make sure you make the hole like bigger than it looks like it should be, because it's going to close up while it's cooking. Now, I don't want them to be crazy big. But yeah, so boom, boom, boom. Gonna just keep rolling them. Poke the hole. And roll it some more. Now I did bring out some blueberries. I like just trying things. So I'm gonna do a couple blueberry bagels. I actually really like blueberry bagels. I think I'm gonna do like, I don't know, 3. That sounds like a good number to do. So for these, I just washed these blueberries. I'm just gonna literally like put them inside. Not too many, nothing too crazy here, guys. And then I'm gonna roll it up. And then I'm gonna make my hole, avoiding the blueberries that I obviously just put inside. And then I don't feel like that's enough blueberries though, you guys. Seems a bit short on blueberries, so actually I'm gonna stick in some more. Maybe that's not a good idea. I don't know. I guess we'll figure that out in time. Yeah, that one's gonna like fall out. Okay, I have to save this blueberry for the next piece. Okay, it's fine. This one only has 4 blueberries. We'll put it like so. Grab some more dough. Often, okay, wait, let me put in my blueberries. Often people will weigh their, that's my oven at temperature. I started preheating it to 425. And they're gonna bake in the oven for 425 for 15 minutes. People weigh their bagels, but I did that one time. I don't think it's that serious. Like, I feel like I can eyeball it for the most part, so I'm gonna just eyeball it. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens with these bagels that I put the blueberries inside of. Let's continue. More dough. Rolling it up. This dough came out so beautifully, you guys. I feel like whenever I bake something, whether it's bread, like just a loaf of bread, whether it's, unless it's artesian bread, which is a whole different thing. But if it's just a loaf of bread, if it's cinnamon rolls, if it is bagels, I am pretty much firmly committing to, at this point, a 50-50 ratio when it comes to bread flour and all-purpose flour. The only other option I may look into is when I do my artesian breads, like just leaving it at all bread flour. But bread flour is definitely superior, in my opinion, if you like those really soft doughs. So if you've been kind of baking for a little bit and haven't been able to really achieve that like super soft, beautiful dough, I'm telling you right now, get some bread flour. It's gonna change everything. All right, looks like we'll come out with like 2 more bagels after this one. And then we're actually gonna let these rise for like 20 minutes. And then we'll come back. There's like so much leaving and coming back because it's a whole process to bake things, but I wanted to take you guys on the whole journey. But let's finish getting these done, and then I'll let you guys see that part. But you'll see they're already starting to rise as they're sitting here. I do lean into a longer first rise. That way they don't have to rise as long the second time. I gotta make sure I keep track of which ones are the blueberry bagels, so I don't want to necessarily put the Asiago cheese on those. Although that maybe could turn out nice. It could turn out like a salty sweet treat, like who literally knows. And that very well may end up happening because I probably, by the time I start dipping them in the water and everything, will probably forget which one is which. But I don't care that much. Boom. They're actually already rising. So I actually may just like skip the whole second rise. So here are my bagels. Boom, boom, boom. And you kind of know they're rising because those holes, that hole that I said you're supposed to make that literally looks too big, starting to close already because the bagels are rising. Now, we're gonna dip these in water. You know that the dough is at the proper density and everything because when you dip them in the water or put them in the water, they will float. Your bagels should float. If they sink, that means they are dense and they're not gonna be what you want them to be. I'll tell you that right now. Now what I'm going to do, so you're supposed to do this on parchment paper. I ran out of parchment paper, so I'm using foil. What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to cut around each bagel slice, basically. Boop, boop, boop. Just to make it easy when I put them in the water. I saw somebody else do this with parchment paper, not foil, but whatever. It's gonna have to work today. But at any rate, I saw somebody else do this and I was like, oh man, that does look easier. And it is easier. So,
Here.
boom, boom, boom. There we go. There we go. Yes. Definitely taking y'all through the whole process here. Now this one's tricky because of how I put it. Okay. Alright, how I want to cut this one. It's a little oddly shaped. It's okay, I'll just do this. Boom. Have this little extra here. And then one more cut, you guys. All right. Now we're going to head on over. I'm gonna skip the second rise. I feel like it's fine. I can actually see that they're rising. Like this one definitely already rose, so we're in a good space. I don't need to let them rise again because of how long I let them rise the first time. I'm happy. So let me get the camera and walk you guys around to where we're gonna be. All right, so now we're headed over to the stove. I have this boiling water here. This water is, it has brown sugar and baking soda in it, basically. That's what's inside of this water. And I am going to, get my pan. I'm gonna put them in here. You wanna let them be in the water for like 30 seconds or so. And then after that, you're going to take them out. So you see mine is floating. That's what you want. This is like really boiling hot water. So, boom. Let me flip it over. Boom. The longer you leave them in this water, the chewier they will get. I use a slotted spoon so that then the water kind of just like drips off. So let's put some more in. Ooh, this is a blueberry one. I can see the blueberry. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. That'll be fun. Oh, okay, it's going well. I'm gonna turn it over. Turn it over. So about 20 to 30 seconds on each side. It's fine. You really just don't wanna go over like a minute, okay, guys? Okay. I promise, I literally already forgot like which bagel had the blueberries inside, but it's okay. Boom, boom, boom. Turn these over. The shape on these is a little wonky, but it's okay. Once they bake, they'll come up nicely, so it's actually okay. One of these has blueberries. I just don't know. I don't know which one. This one is huge. I think this one has blueberries too. Not sure. Yeah, these blueberry bagels are probably definitely gonna have cheese gum. Definitely. I've fully lost track of which ones have blueberries and which ones do not. So there's that. All right, flip it over. This one is so big, y'all. Don't do that. Try and make them more all even or whatever. Oops. Okay. All right. And they say that like the longer you leave them in the water, the more chewy they are. So I don't even actually know how true that is. I don't actually fully know what they mean by like chewy per se, but whatever. All right. So we have now dipped all of our bagels. We're gonna take them over to get their topping, their Asiago cheese topping. So let's do that. I turned off the hot water. I'm gonna set the camera back up for you guys. I'm gonna move the chair over because that was weird last time. Yeah. I feel like I've done a lot of touching. Let me wash my hands really quickly. Oh, hold on. I don't want y'all to be all in the hallway. All right, let me wash my hands really quickly. I wash my hands a lot when I bake because when I share the things that I bake with people, and two, just for myself, I want clean hands, you know? I need to get some more gloves. I prefer to do all of this with gloves on, honestly. So I really just would have been ripping off gloves, putting on more gloves. I go through a lot of gloves. So, oh, it's a little piece of foil. Okay. There we go. All right. So now to Asiago cheese them. And I feel like these could have gone for like a dash of salt also. So I think I'm going to also put a little bit of salt on these. Yeah. And you do this after you put the cheese and different toppings, etc. after you dip them in the water because it helps the toppings to like stick, right? So boom, just going in there. I genuinely cannot tell which of these have blueberries. So it's gonna be an Asiago and blueberry bagel. But I mean, it's giving salty and sweet. So who doesn't like a nice salty sweet moment? Shame. I don't want to waste the cheese. Try and make sure it's actually on the bagel. Okay. Boom. I could put the salt. I'm not going to put the salt. And the reason I'm not going to put the salt is because why be like less healthy for no reason? They were genuinely good even without salt. So no need to drive up that salt content for no reason. I don't think I'm doing any plain bagels this time, since the Asiago bagels were the winner last time. So they're just gonna be all Asiago bagels. I kind of want to know what a lemon poppy seed bagel would taste like. Does anybody think that could turn out well? This has a blueberry. Only because I can see the blueberry literally like about to poke out. So let's not put the cheese on that one. Just so we have at least one bagel that it's just blueberry. Even though I didn't even put a lot of blueberries. I think next time I'll make a whole separate batter so I can mix the blueberries into the mix. Okay, at any rate, now these are ready to go. So I'm gonna just pop them in the oven for 15 minutes. Hopefully this one also cooks. It's like massive. But it should though. I feel like it should. Shouldn't be a problem. We'll see. So yeah, let's pop these into the oven and that'll be that. I have a little bit of cheese left, but not like enough cheese to like do something else with. So I'm just gonna go ahead and really just top it off. Might as well, right? Boom. All right, let's pop these in that oven, you guys. All right, so we'll be back. What part are we on now? 3, 1, 2, 3. We'll be back for part 4, and that will be the end of the bagel saga for tonight.